I think the role falls between two stools. There's very much a kind of business element in it, and some people understand an AI architect as understanding the business and looking at the architecture in terms of business roles, and other people would look at it in terms of technology. Architecture is, as a general rule, at the high level, and the AI architect would liaise with designers and engineers at a lower level, but being able to speak their language. So a kind of analogy would be somebody who designs a building, say, I don't know, the Sydney Opera House or whatever. The architect would actually understand, you know, the concepts and the ideas around developing it, but you wouldn't get a plumber in to actually design something like that, because he wouldn't understand the whole element of it. So the architect needs to be able to talk with the designer, with the engineer, with the lower level implementer, etc.
With all the recent cyber attacks and hacking, it's on the top of the board agenda anyway. So I think the security budgets in general aren't actually getting reduced. And hopefully the training aspects, of which I'm involved with, will continue to flourish. There's lots of different entry points to become an IA architect. You can become a technical architect and more interested in security, and then will decide to move across. It could be system administrators who want to decide to come into an architectural. So there's lots of different entry points, but I guess the two main ones are technical architects and system administrators. It's high-level skills, but they need to have enough information and enough experience to know how to, for instance, securely configure a particular type of product, or what design principles need to be put together to have a secure architecture. The ideal one is someone that has got very good interpersonal skills, who can at one hand talk in business terms with the business community, but on the other hand can talk geekish with the engineers. So interpersonal skills, but who've got a fairly good grounding in technology. It's very interesting. You'll not get stale. With all the new attacks occurring, you need to understand what the attacks are, how you countermeasure. So it's not a role for faint-hearted, but you'll not get bored.
Yeah, I think it encompasses the whole enterprise, so it's knowing a little bit about all sorts of areas, and also keeping up with the pace of technological change in terms of, you know, new methodologies, new ways of working, new ways of risk assessment and analysis, and new products and services that are coming online.
Absolutely, I totally agree with that. We've got one client, one very large international, that are actually taking all of the technical architects through security architecture training. I'd
reiterate what John was saying about the business skills coming to the fore, and actually coming to the fore in a far more high-level way. Our businesses want people to actually understand their business and be able to communicate in a business kind of speak kind of way, rather than just look at the technological functions. So I think as, you know, technology becomes more automated and more common and systemic, then I think the business element will come to the fore increasingly.